What's up everyone on the internet? Thank you for this video party. I'm so excited to upload this one for you guys because for this video we're doing another Ultrasabers review, and honestly I am geeking out right now because we're going to be taking a look at the Apprentice V4 lightsaber staff. Well guys, I finally did it. After being an Ultrasabers fan for about 5 years, I finally have red lightsabers. But I think the real question is, what took me so long? Long story short, I wanted to be sure that I had a blue, green, and white lightsaber before I moved on to getting red lightsabers. But anyway, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably notice that I've been playing with these two bad boys for about a week, and oh my god, they do not disappoint. Now, because this staff has two lightsabers that are the exact same model, I'm probably just going to do a quick review of the Apprentice V4 lightsaber, and then I'm going to screw them both together so that you can see the full length of this staff. So without further ado, let's take a closer look. Okay, so right off the bat, one of the first things that I really love about this lightsaber is the color. I mean, holy crap. I love the black with the silver trimmings. It makes this lightsaber look sleek and mean. And one of the other things I also like about it is also the emitters, because when you look at it, it kind of reminds me a lot about the Inquisitors from Star Wars Rebels. And another thing that I also like about this lightsaber is the grip. I mean, sure, I can grab from the silver trimming and still be able to swing it around pretty well, but I can also put it on the chokehold and not be able to cover the window emitters. Now that's pretty cool. Also, one thing to know is that when I was buying this, I actually opted for a 32-inch saber. Now combine that with this hilt that measures at 10 inches long, this one lightsaber alone measures at 40 inches long. Multiply that by two lightsabers and this staff is going to measure at 6.5 feet long. Okay, so without further ado, let's screw these two together. Okay, so one thing to know is that when you buy a lightsaber staff, you are given a standard coupler, which allows you to connect both lightsabers together in order to form the staff. But in order to do that, you have to screw this onto both ends of the lightsaber, and doing this can be a tricky process. Because if you're not careful, you're going to end up destroying the threading on both the coupler and the lightsaber itself, which pretty much means that nothing will ever screw onto your lightsaber. However, if you're careful and patient, because this does take a little while, you're going to end up with a really cool lightsaber staff that automatically makes you the Star Wars king. Well guys, here it is, the Apprentice V4 lightsaber staff, and holy crap, this thing is freaking awesome. And I can't even fit it in the frame actually, because this thing is so dang long. I mean, look, I'm just going to stand up on its own. Just on it standing up on its own, you can see it on the poster in the background. This thing, it measures at 6.5 feet tall. This thing is taller than me. I'm probably 6'2", and wow, I'm just mind blown about this. This is like a dream come true. I finally have a Star Wars lightsaber staff. This is freaking cool, and I'm actually glad that I decided to go with a 32-inch saber, because had I gone with the canonical 36-inch saber that we see in the TV shows and the movies, this thing would be a monster. And just like 32 inches of like just one side alone, and now add that another one, this thing is pretty hard to swing on its own. So I'm actually glad that, honestly, that I chose the 32-inch sabers, because when you spin this thing, oh my god, you feel like, I mean, I don't want to swear right now, but you feel like a badass. I mean, I feel like Darth Maul when I swing this thing around. And that's another thing you should know about when you buy a lightsaber staff. You want to make sure you get as much practice as possible before moving on to the real thing. Because if you spin this on the first try, you might drop it and it may break on impact. So be sure to get as much practice as possible on anything. Get a PVC pipe or even get a broomstick, but make sure that you practice before trying it on the real thing. Seriously, I spent about probably 3 months spinning a PVC pipe that was roughly the same size as this for practice, just so that I can prepare myself for that when I spun this at night for the first time, I knew I wasn't going to drop it. Now with that out of the way, we got to talk about one key issue that is sort of a hot topic for when it comes to Ultrasabers, which is how long did it take for me to get this lightsaber? Well, seeing that we're living in a pandemic right now, I knew that it was going to take a while for Ultrasabers to ship this to me. And since I ordered it in January, I was expecting for this to come in the mail probably at the end of April or early May. But seeing as that it came in mid-March, I'm actually really surprised. Granted though, it did take about 2 months for me to receive an email that told me that the shipping process for my lightsaber had begun. But to be fair, we are living in a pandemic and these things sort of take time, and due to delays and a lot of stuff that's going on right now, I'm totally fine with waiting, because I did have the experience last year though when I bought that white lightsaber. I mean, I had to wait a month and that was driving me crazy, but seeing like looking back at it now though, I can totally understand what's going on, and I knew that it was gonna take a while for me to get this lightsaber, so I was patient. Now I'm probably one of those nice customers right now, because I've seen several videos and I've seen like several reviews that people are just, man, they're just angry and impatient that they're waiting this long to get their lightsabers. It's like, oh, how dare they, I should have been gotten in 2 weeks. Remember guys, we're living in an age where COVID-19 exists, so things are gonna take a while. So just be patient guys. I mean, your lightsaber will come. And so if you're patient enough, time will go by a lot faster. And seeing as that I got it like a lot earlier than I expected, I'm overall satisfied with this. So if you're thinking about buying a lightsaber from Ultrasabers, which I highly recommend by the way, seeing as that I practically buy most of my lightsabers from them for about 5 years now, it's the coolest thing, because as a Star Wars fan, they're freaking awesome. So if you're thinking about buying from them, just be aware that it may take a while for you to get your lightsaber at your front doorstep. So just be patient, it'll be on its way, and when it does arrive, oh my god, it is probably the coolest thing ever when you open it up the first time. Well, that's gonna do this video guys. That was my overall review for the Dark Apprentice V4 lightsaber staff from Ultrasabers. If you like what you saw, click the subscribe button so you can get the latest updates from this channel. I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye-bye.